Hey everyone, Shunko here, and this is an early look at some of the anime that will be coming out next season in fall. As this is still pretty early on since summer just started, many anime series have yet to be announced, so be aware of that. But we'll go ahead and take a look at what has been confirmed so far. I somewhat handpicked these anime based off what I thought was interesting, so just a tiny disclaimer for that part. Fatestay Night, Heaven's Feel, Presage Flower. This is self-explanatory. I'm definitely most excited for the new Fatestay Night Heaven's Feel movie coming out next season. Since Unlimited Blade works, I've heard many news that the new Heaven's Feel route was certainly going to be adapted. This anime will be a trilogy, so we're getting 3 whole movies. No doubt about it that this is going to be mind-blowing. For those not too familiar with how the Fatestay Night series works, the anime is mainly based off the visual novel, and the visual novel has 3 routes that you can pursue. The Fate route, which focuses on Saber as the main heroine, the Unlimited Blade Works route that focuses on Rin and Archer, and lastly the Heaven's Feel route, which centers around Sakura. In contrast to the Fate and Unlimited Blade Works route, the Heaven's Feel route is the longest and most complex that covers more lore and backstory behind the Holy Grail War. This route is also the darkest of the 3 routes as it contains elements of horror and suspense. So potentially, this anime could become one of the most interesting anime yet out of all the Fate anime. If you haven't watched the previous Fate series such as Fate Zero or Fatestay Night Unlimited Blade Works by Ufotable, it's not entirely necessary as they all start from the same setting and plot, but I think the experience will definitely be more fulfilling if you did so just to see the differences between the 3 routes. This will be obviously animated by Ufotable, and the first part of the Heaven's Feel films will be released on October 14th. Shokugeki no Soma, San no Sara. Many of you have been waiting for it for about a year, and it's finally here. The 3rd season of Shokugeki no Soma, or Food Wars, entitled San no Sara, or Third Plate. This season will follow the battle against the Council of 10. Even though it is somewhat edgy, I always thought that this series was very much interesting and entertaining to watch just from the way they present the comedy, and the unique setting about cooking competitions. Characters are very likable that seems like one big family, that just keeps me wanting more. And for those reading the manga, there are some pretty amazing scenes I want to see in the future as well. Mao-Asada no Yome, or The Ancient Magus' Bride, is a series by Wit Studio, whom you might know from Attack on Titan, Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress, or Seraph of the End. It's a slice-of-life fantasy-type series about a 16-year-old girl named Hattori Chise, who has thus far lived a life of neglect and sorrow, with no hopes for the future. In her darkest hour, one fateful day, in a chance encounter during a slave auction, she is sold off to a strange man with the head of a beast. This man is a magus, or sorcerer, decides to free this girl from captivity. Not only that, he proclaims that he will make her his apprentice and his bride. Definitely a series to check out, as Wit Studio doesn't produce slice of life, let alone romantic series that often. If you like the Arrow manga sensei or Aremo, you'll probably enjoy this one too. Imoto sai ireba ii, or A Sister is All You Need. Pretty sure you can predict the synopsis just by the title, but it's about the daily life of a young sitcom novelist, Itsuki Hashima, and his perfect little sister Chihiro, the genius illustrator Nayuta, and his best friend Shirokawa Kyoto, and some publishing partners as well. Actually, never mind, this is pretty much more or less Arrow manga sensei. If you watched that, then just go ahead and get ready to watch this already. Anime-Gataris centers by a new high school student who is a novice to anime. One of her classmates invites her to make an anime research club. After some conversations with other classmates who happen to love anime, she gets hooked. This anime is all about anime pretty much, so if you like this anime, you should watch this anime about anime. I didn't get the point right, it's about anime. Why else would you not watch this? Kochama wa Usagi desu ka? Dear My Sister, translated as Is the Order a Rabbit? Dear My Sister. This special episode, or you can consider this a movie I guess, was supposed to be released during spring, but was postponed to November 11th. No synopsis was revealed yet, but it will be a sequel to the 2nd season, and judging by the title and visual, we'll probably see the return of Koko's older sister, Mocha. Perhaps the special will be about their sisterly bond. I mean, if you like the series, there's no reason not to watch this. Love Live Sunshine Season 2 will be a direct sequel to Love Live Sunshine as we follow Aqua on their journey of being school idols. I'm aware that there are 3 types of people when it comes to these series. Either you love it, you hate it, or you just plain don't care. Okay, this might literally apply to anything, but chances are if you don't like slice of life with cute girls doing cute things in general, you don't want anything to do with this. My point is, if you like idols, go for it. If not, just ignore this and watch something else. Following off from what I just said, everything I mentioned previously still applies for this series especially. Himouto Umaru-chan Season 2. This series that many Western audiences didn't want for some reason, but if you haven't noticed already, if an anime series isn't a part of the mainstream titles, chances are those cries for less slice of life will go unheard anyways. That's just my speculation though. I'm so sorry if I offended anybody. But I'm not sure why lots of people didn't like this series. Maybe because I don't have a little sister whom I think is annoying, so I can't really relate to the show compared to people that do. If anything, I think it would be quite amusing to have a little sister like Umaru. Anyways, I quite enjoyed the 1st season despite all the negative responses I've been told, and I'm honestly looking forward to this 2nd season. Am I going to get comments about me liking these type of genres like I did in my top 20 recommended anime video? I'm looking forward to seeing those again. Sorry I'm ending the video on this, there really isn't much to go on right now. But But just so you know, I'm mainly just looking forward to Heaven's Feel. I might have mentioned a lot of slice of life or fantasy, but understand that these are just what have been announced so far that caught my attention. There were a few others, but those were mostly recaps or leftovers from the previous season. So for the sake of avoiding redundancy, I left those out. That's alright with you guys. Anyways, thanks for watching, and for sure I will have the next season's upcoming video a few weeks in advance this time. If not, then I don't know, maybe I could delete my channel, or you can unsubscribe to me, never hear from me again. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon.